Thank you, Sulema. I'm very happy that you have chosen to put yourself out there. This is not an easy process, and I appreciate you for this. Thank you.
Thank you.
So here's my first question. At present, seniors in San Leandro are the largest group among youth, adults, and seniors, with seniors consisting of 39% of our population, and in time is expected to grow even larger. What specific measures will you take to cater to the growing senior community?
I think we need an age-friendly city. So meaning that everybody should participate in taking care of our seniors and, giving to their community because they are in more needs than we are.
Thank you. Next question is, how do you plan to coordinate with the school district? As you've probably seen, we have quite a bit of youth that come to our council meetings on certain items. And how would you see improving our relationships or improving our interaction with the school district from all levels, from high school to elementary school? How would you go about that?
Well, being a secretary for school site council, this is my third year, and being fourth year in PTO, which is the parent teacher organization. And also I'm a representative for the James Madison Elementary that my son goes to. And I represent the LCAP meeting. I represent the school at the LCAP, which is the local control and accountability plan. So I would go and visit each and every school and talk with the PTO maybe and all the school site councils and get to know them and see what their needs are so we could all work together.
Thank you. And the last question would be, what do you like most about San Leandro?
I like that it's a diversity city, that it has a lot of different cultures, and we all are never too old to learn all about these different cultures that maybe some we're not aware of. And it's a very friendly city. I think everybody gets along. That's what I see as my city.
Thank you for coming out tonight and appreciate you putting yourself out there and really wanting to give to the city. This is a challenging position and very appreciate you being here. First question is, at present, seniors in San Leandro are the largest group among youth, adults, and seniors, with seniors consisting of 39% of our population, and in time is expected to grow even larger. What specific measures will you take to cater to the growing senior community?
Thank you for the question, Vice Mayor Simon. And also thank you for the opportunity to answer all these questions and to apply. That is actually something that I think about quite a bit because it is not a secret. A number of my neighbors are aging, they are beyond retired, and I even spend time helping some of them with picking up prescriptions and daily tasks. So it's something I think about a lot. I also believe in multi-generational communities and living. I think it's really important just for healthy communities that we are all together and that we find a way to honor and respect people that have just been here longer and have worked and had careers and have served this community and who may be serving it in a different way because they're older. So what does that mean when it comes to like, what would I do? So I think it would be really important to have spaces available really for everyone, but spaces that are accessible and that serve the needs of that aging community and where they are also with younger people. I guess one small example I have is the neighbor across the street from us. She is homebound. She's an elderly woman, and we do whatever we can, but her most favorite thing is seeing my kid. And so I try to carve out time to just spend time with her and get to know her and bring her into the fold. And so I think bringing them into the fold is vital. They are not out on the outskirts. They're members of the community, regardless of how old they are.
Thank you. The next question, we have quite a few youth that attend our council meetings, particularly our high school, but also elementary schools, all levels of our youth. And relationships are very important. between the council and our youth, which is our future. So how do you plan to coordinate with the school district to improve our relationships with the youth?
Thank you for that question. That one I think is kind of neat because one of the things I've noticed, and I do think it has to involve the school district, but one thing that my partner and I have noticed, just we've lived here for about 10 years, is in the area we live in, we don't see a ton of like things for young people to do where they're safe and can be responsible and taken care of and not like, sometimes people think they're in the way, but the space that is really theirs for them to be themselves. But I was thinking about this, that it probably has to somehow involve, there's a high school, there's a middle school, we're down the street from the middle school. It's got to involve people that are accustomed to working with that age group and the city, and to find a way to find spaces for them so that they can be themselves, have a good time, be safe. And it right here in their city. They don't have to travel to Alameda to go to an arcade or do mini golf or go to Hayward, but they can be right here in their own city. So I think just building those inroads, having those conversations, and having the right people at the table, people that have a really good idea of what young people need, and having young people at the table because they usually know what they want.
Good evening.
Present, seniors in San Leandro are the largest group among youth, adults, and seniors, with seniors consisting of 39% of our population, and in time is expected to grow even larger. What specific measures will you take to cater to our growing senior community?
Thank you for that question, Vice Mayor. A fact that I was reading through the housing element was 56% of senior-headed homes in San Leandro are low income. And most folks who are not seniors, we are 1 to 3 paychecks away from homelessness. But 56% of our seniors in San Leandro are low income. And so that was just really surprising to read. Also, 1 out of 5 households in San Leandro spend 50% of their income on housing. And so I think for when I speak to some of our seniors, they want to age in place, and they want to continue to be part of the community that they've invested so much of their energy, their time, and their resources. And can I just pause, and can I have you repeat the second part of the question?
What specific measures will you take to cater to the growing senior community? What specific measures?
Mm-hmm. So one is addressing this housing question and ensuring that we can keep seniors in their homes. Also, I've also heard that a lot of our seniors don't feel safe anymore going out into where they shop and where they eat and where they have fun. And so safety continues to emerge as a priority across age groups and seniors as well. So I'll just leave it at that since we're.
Thank you. You may have seen in past council meetings, recent council meetings, we've had a large high school showing coming out to our council. We've also had, in past meetings, elementary schools come to accept nominations, leading our flag opening, and wanted to know, from your perspective, how would you, on council, better improve our relationship with our youth? Whether it's high school, elementary school, how would you improve our relationships?
Mm-hmm. The bulk of my career has been in education, in K-12 and higher education. And I think every year I go to San Leandro Career Day, every year. And what I hear from young people asking for is opportunity. They want opportunity. They want to live here and work here and have fun here. And so I think how we can connect with them is ensuring that as the council makes decisions, that we keep them in mind and think long term because they are listening to what the city is doing. They are asking, where can I get a job? If I want to go to college, is there money? Can I go to the library and do my homework? They're often asking for opportunity, and they are looking for people they can speak um, to resource whatever it is that they want to do. So I think as council members, I think you should also be open to being mentored by these young folks who have so many great ideas about their vision for the city and their vision for their lives and for their communities.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson, for coming out tonight. You answered some of my question here with Councilmember Bowen's question, but if you could elaborate a little bit more. Seniors are a very large population in our community, 39% among youth, adults, and seniors, and the population is expected to grow. Specifically, what measures will you take to cater to our growing senior community?
It's a tough one. They have a lot of needs. You know, one of the things we did on the Senior Commission, we made this became an age-friendly city, which with AARP, we could apply for grant. It would help us get more money coming in. They have transportation issues for the seniors, medical needs. A lot of seniors are just sitting home. They have no activities here, they're just getting depressed. So we need to expand on how we can reach out to those seniors. So my experience working with the life enrichment program in Oakland is that we had small volunteer groups go to houses, identify people, and we would check on them once a month to make sure that their needs was met, whether it was taking them to Safeway to get groceries, taking them to the laundry or those type of things, or keeping them in contact with their relatives. A lot of times the relatives kind of put you away or forget about you. So that would also help them enjoy their life. Okay. We talk about housing too for seniors. I was mentioning earlier that the cost of living keeps changing, but for seniors, their income only stays the same. So we have to reach out. Again, there are people out there that will help. They will adopt a senior and help them, give them $20 a month or $100 a month, whatever it takes to keep them going for 6 months. So we can expand on those type of programs. And that's something that I'm willing to do. Like Brian, he does a lot of the volunteer cleanups throughout the city. He takes that on by himself. I would be willing to work with seniors and identify those needs, make sure we can get somebody to partner with them and make that happen. It's not that difficult. I mean, I run into a lot of people that want to volunteer. They want to volunteer for the city, but they don't want to deal with all the bickering back and forth. They say, this is what we want to do and allow us to do it. So what if we set up that path for them, they'll continue to do it. 6 months to a year.
Thank you. My second question, in the past few months, we've had quite a few high schoolers here, young adults. We've also had in the past elementary school kids, middle school, and some are here for a flag ceremony, or there's issues that they're passionate about, close to their hearts. What would you see or what would you do to improve the relationship between city council and the city and our youth? How would you bring us together, improve our relationship?
Well, first, I would work with the students because you have our social justice groups. They're really headstrong and they want to make a change. So if you work together with them, let them know what the process is. I think with a case where a lot of people came and wanted to do a resolution for the Palestine Gaza Strip, nobody knew what the process was. So we have to teach them what the process is. The youth and the adults in city council, we need to sit down and talk, not together to violate the Brown Act or anything, but just meet with them one-on-one. The teachers kind of have control right now of our youth right now because they see them every day and they're teaching them to be really adamant about their feelings. But we also have to get the parents involved so we're not misleading the students. Okay? Did I answer the last part?
Yeah, that's got it for coming out tonight and appreciate you putting yourself out
Sure.
here and your willingness to serve. At present, seniors in San Leandro are the largest group among youth, adults, and seniors, with seniors consisting of 39% of our population and in time is expected to grow even larger. What specific measures will you take to cater to the growing senior community?
First of all, I'm one of them. I know I can't tell you my age because you said you wouldn't ask the question, but I can volunteer information. Okay. So, as a senior who's lived here for 42 years, I will tell you my biggest concern as I get older is I got to go pee all the time. I need a public restroom that's available to me wherever I am. Now, that's a practical issue. That's a practical thing. That's something that I see. If you want to please seniors, you do something about that. I know I go to these businesses around here, and I understand the situation about, well, people come in, they mess up our bathrooms, all that kind of. I get that. And then they want you to buy something. Okay. Yes, I can go someplace and get a senior coffee. At one point, senior coffees are 25 cents. Now I guess they're $1. I don't know, whatever it is. But if you want to get down to basics, that's what seniors need. Besides a public safety thing, besides just having, I think in the downtown area it would be really good. I'll go back to having, your officers on a bicycle, your beat patrol guys who walk around. People want to feel like they're safe. Although if you have too many police officers, people start to think there's something wrong, right? So there's a certain number you have to get to, but I think I remember earlier on, when I was working here in the downtown area, you would see a bicycle cop all the time, and you felt really comfortable if they were around there. And I think as a senior, that's something you would want, and I think that would help out for seniors.
Thank you. Next question. In the past few council meetings, we've had quite a showing of youth, many from our high school, very passionate issues that they came out to speak about. We've also had other grades, elementary school, middle school, come to participate in our council meetings. And youth are very important, of course, to our city. They're our future. What would you do, and how do you see us better coordinating with our youth? How do we develop a better relationship with our youth here in San Leandro, the city council and the city?
I would suggest, because I've been to those few council meetings where you've had the students here, the social justice students. I totally appreciate what they're trying to do. And as I'm watching this process, the thing that came to my mind was, you know what, we need to get city people, council people, electeds, however you want to word them, to the high school to talk to the kids and tell them either why you can't do what they want you to do or why you won't do what they want you to do. It's making that connection with the kids in their environment that I think helps. It kind of takes away the ego stuff of we want you to do what we want. It takes away the pressure of having to be official, because if you go there as an individual and they know you're a council member or something like that, they'll accept you as kind of official. But the way to do it is go to the kids where they are.